All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, June 12th. This week is flying. Wow. It's already Thursday. Geez. We're taking a look at NQ. We did have pre PPI. We did have what was looking like a bit of a gap lower for this morning. Price trading up against that 21,750 level of interest. That is going to be a significant level in the near term. We can see that that has been support for the entirety of the week, right? With the current week low pretty much right where that overnight low is for this week. This Monday session, got the low pretty much at 716. So this 750 area in the near term is definitely an important level of support. It's also last week's volume point of control. What I want to see for today is how this 750 is going to be treated and whether buyers can show the continuation now up above 850. This is already into first target for the main watch that we had outlined in this morning's pre-market prep notes, which was posted about an hour ago. So buyers already into that first target. Now we want to see, can we see that extension, that break of 850 back into last week's high, which has been a solid reference point. Last week's high is just going to be a reference point, not a level of interest, as far as how I define a level of interest. And then up into 22K, which is a true level of interest. So that's the focus for this morning. Backdrop is still bullish. If sellers are able to show some acceptance into basically this weekly low here, but down beneath 750, they'll shift the near-term backdrop from bullish back into neutral. Back into neutral. So it'd be bullish neutral. So that's where we're at. We got about 3 minutes until the open. As of right now, 21,850. Main focus here off the open. Let's see what we're going to be working with. Let's take a look at prior day structure. So yeah, 850. Pretty significant from yesterday. Prior day low down near, what is that, 790? All right. Okay. All righty. So we'll still have probably a very slight gap lower this morning, but back within the prior day's range. So definitely less significant, right? No PPI trades for me this morning. Did not really see an opportunity that I loved. So no trades there for PPI. So we're starting with a cash morning. Got a piece of the PPI, Dom? Yeah, we had good location there near 750. I just didn't really see a setup that was really speaking to me. And PPI is typically a bit slower than CPI, so I had low expectations anyway. So once that volume started to fall off, I was just like, I'm good. So right now, session volume point of control right here at 834. That's for the extended hours. Yeah, 15-minute, bit of a concern there at 850. If we do see that 850 rejection, we have prior day low as a reference point, but I'd be most interested in 750 level of interest. There's the open for you. There's 850 already. ES is into 6020 level of interest in the prior day volume point of control. Let's see this reaction here near 850. ES rejecting 6020. If you like to trade the S&Ps. And our overnight high, I believe, looks like 894. ES into session lows. Little divergence from NASDAQ. NQ coming into that session volume point of control right here, 834. So we're just looking for some structure near this 850. Want to see how it builds out, how that intraday regular trading hours structure kind of develops. Looks like the gap fill spot is right up there near the overnight high. 890s, 895s. Volume is just gone. Summer trading. My goodness. My goodness. Still a ton of that overnight resistance right through here. 850, 855 up into 860 even. 15-minute paints the picture pretty nicely. Just like right through here. YM rejected prior day low. Trading into session lows. I don't know if anyone trades YM. Russell just looking a little choppy. And ES most notably rejected that 60-20. NQ struggling with that 850 coming into session low. There's your volume point of control. Keep an eye on this 15-minute and 30-minute bar. Nice hold at session volume point of control. So far, there's just barcode. There's your new high of day. $15-minute bar saved. Still has 6 minutes though, so. Now getting into overnight high. ES with a nice hold at VWAP. Got the prior day low right through there as well with VWAP on ES. New near-term range, Dom? Yeah, for the week. For the week, that's definitely, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Sideways. Five minutes till that opening. 15-minute bar closes. Staying patient this morning. Got ES coming into session high. Structure is important, Dom, definitely. Even with a level of interest, understanding location within the primary structure at play can be very helpful. 100%. Opening 15-minute bar closes in 2 minutes here. New high of day, both NQ and ES. There's your 15-minute bar closure. Bullish. Start the morning. Not really seeing an entry that I love. Other than this right through here, looks decent. Looks okay. A little choppy for my liking. So I wouldn't necessarily call that A plus. Snag the initial micro undercut of 850, Dom. Still cash morning for me. Cashola. I like an open near levels of interest. If it's going to be like this morning, the 750, like a little gap down into a level of interest. Like an open down here would have been amazing. Beautiful opening drive setup if it actually materializes, but 100-point bounce, consolidation. Want PPI to stay near 750? Yeah, same page. Same page. Weekly support. See how overnight high is going to be treated. ES right there at 60.20 still. Keep an eye on that if you trade S&P. Level of interest. NASDAQ, here we go, coming into overnight high now. It's your gap fill spot as well. So nice hold here versus some prior day support. Yeah, the momentum's where it's at. We spent many TMG sessions talking about that. Most definitely. Problem for most is that they fight the chop all morning. By the time that setup materializes, they're either burned, done for the day, or just don't have the confidence to take it. So NQ, overnight high, nearest reference point. You have the 21,850 level of interest down beneath. And ES, if you trade S&P, the 60/20 level of interest is on watch. 10 till 10. No data at 10 a.m. No data. Volume has been below average all morning. Is that a concern for your system? Yes, look at this. Look at that right there. It's your 2-hour trader framework on ES. Prior day low right through there. ES actually has better volume this morning compared to NQ. That's kind of interesting. It's a little bit interesting. NQ getting back into 850. See the reaction here. Where's our volume point of control? Still a little bit lower. Okay. Noted. It's a decent response there. Like to see more of a push. Look at that volume that just came in. Not very much of a bounce there. Yeah, right back into 850. Trailed out of that. Not what I want to see from a level of interest. So I'll wait till 10 a.m. now. Post 10 a.m. It's all right for a little scalp, but trade like that, I want it to go right away. Buyer's still trying there at 850. No re-entry for me, like I said. Hit price just sitting here within that late afternoon structure. Thanks, Ray. It was all right. It was okay. It's not the response I wanted. Let's put in the move now. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm not mad about it. Look at this choppiness. Cash is still a position. Yes, sir. Dez. Spot on, man. Underrated trading advice there. NQ back in a 850. ES back in a 6020. I did give that one a couple of attempts. So we're sitting 3 for 3, just scalps. No follow through on any of these trades. Choppy, choppy, choppy so far. Not the conditions I really want to be overdoing it here. So just staying patient right now. I'd like to see more volume come into the market. I'd like to see less barcode. All right, 35 minutes in. Let me know how the morning is. Quick poll in the chat. Very lightly green on my end. I suspect most will be flat, maybe small green, hopefully minimal red. Hasn't really been much to work with. Benny, lots of green. Oh, you're flat? All right. And Q, there's the move. There it is. New high of day. Good volume. Okay. Okay. Nice work, Dom. You get the little spring? Is that the entry? $10.04. Yeah, that looks good. Nice. Very nice. Oh, Mish, got that too? And I cannot tell what is going on in this chat. You guys speak a different language. Jeez. Oh, wow. Yeah, we need a filter by year born. If you're born after the year 2000, can't post in the chat. That should clean it up. 2000 or later. Muted. Unreal. Unreal. NQ, we're looking at overnight high here, a little microstructure developing, a little consolidation. We got some more volume coming in. Oh, nice, Des. Happy birthday, man. NASDAQ, fresh highs. NQ up and through 850. So the focus this morning was 750. Post PPI, we get the push into 850. A little consolidation through there this morning, shortly after the open, and now we resolve higher. Remember, if you're in before the open, we talked about the target being last week's high, then up into 22K. So that move is currently underway. ES up and through the overnight high now as well. NQ, no re-entry for me just yet anyway. Tried to position for that move. Didn't love the action. Trailed it. And pretty similar story in ES as well. Yeah. There's the ES. There you have it. All right, NQ getting into last week's high now. That's the 21,935. Notice the volume improvement. You get better action with the audience actually in the market. Yeah, staying patient. Staying patient, looking for a potential re-entry. Definitely not going to chase it. Wow, no one clicked red. Nice. Great sign. Great sign right there. Nice work, Kevin. Nice recovery. Almost an hour into the sesh. A little consolidation here again. That last week high, 21,935. Good reference point. Love that as a reference point. Yeah, volume fell off again. NASDAQ fresh highs, getting into that 935. For the bounce from 750, this is second target zone. 21,935. Look at that seller stepping in there. Gotta love levels. You gotta love it. Got to love those levels. Horizontal lines, undefeated. We gonna get a test into the overnight high or not? Let's see. Where's the? Oh, this is just the shallow fib right now. 38% fib, kind of down there near overnight high. Almost back into session highs here. Very slight pullback, shallow fib. Buyers back in it. No entry for me there. No entry. Need a little more depth. What time do you start your overnight high to overnight low time? Anything that is not the cash session, it's the overnight session. So anything that is not regular trading hours, New York session. Yeah, it's a good time to step away, Ray. Enjoy, sir. Enjoy. NQ just kind of consolidating here beneath last week's high, 21,935. ES, no man's land. We tried those longs near 60.20 and ES, like I said. Trailed out prior to the move I was looking for. And a very similar story in NQ. Tried it near the 850. Have not gotten back in. Volume is totally tapered down. ES making new highs on the day, coming into prior day volume point of control. Much better volume in ES for today. Actually, some better setups as well. You got the 2-hour trader framework right through here. Some decent higher low opportunities through there. With the level of interest, of course. Let me see that higher time frame. Yeah, versus weekly support as well. Very nice. Uh, 1 hour Siberia. That's got I don't know what that is. It's got to be some ICT jargon. No idea. Yeah, the NWOG. They always pass through from time to time. ICT stragglers, yeah. If they only knew. All you need are horizontal lines on the chart, not 17,000 different acronyms. And then the inverse of those, all those things too. There you go. Last week's high, 935. New high of day for NASDAQ. Check the profile. I have a high volume node building out up here. All you need is sustained volume. Yeah, that helps. That definitely helps, Kevin. 100%. Good uptick in volume there. Not a ton I can do here per my framework. So just staying patient, seeing if we get another entry. Yeah, very tough to be chasing it up here. Even with a little pullback, I want a deeper retracement. We need a nice washout. Like yesterday's move. Remember this? Off stream, but we traded that in the think tank. Oh, that was a beauty. Beautiful. Let's see where we at. There we go. NQ new high of day, nonstop. ES coming into prior day volume point of control. Let's get an update on our higher time frame. Yeah, so next upside target, 22K. The discuss moves underway, looking pretty good. Plan worked out nicely, but intraday action a little bit trickier to position with. It's part of the game, right? Plan can work out, then you still need to position. Still need that entry. How much of yesterday's move, including CPI, has price retraced here? So about 61% almost. Yeah, definitely would not want to be grabbing fresh longs in this area, fib sell zone. So on that note, I think I'll call it here. Take a little break. What I'm going to be keeping an eye on is overnight high And then any level of interest, 850, 850, and then up into the 22K. Right now it's just drift higher. Nothing I can really do with it. So we gave it a couple of decent attempts. Like I said, we had the position for NQ right there, but I just did not have the conviction at that time to hold on to that thing. So trail it tight. It's part of the game. Conviction is undefeated in trading. And same with the ES, man. Just could not hold that thing. Chickened out. Perfect location though. That's part of the game for you. Not always going to be perfect. Anyway, we'll take the 3 for 3. Smaller gains. Hope you guys had a good morning. Keep it going in the Traders Think Tank here. If you're not in the community, check it out. Free 14-day trial. Otherwise, we'll see you for tomorrow's stream. We have MCS tomorrow at 10 a.m., so that should be pretty interesting. Thanks for your time today and enjoy the rest of your day.